Welcome to Screencast, Kind of Funny's only entertainment-based show where we discuss movies, TV shows, and streaming services.
And our lives. You know, we just get into it. We're going to talk a lot about...
that's a different podcast.
Oh, that's the different
Don't
one?
talk about your life at all.
Blowing up on Gamescast?
Kind of funny.
Yeah. We almost get it right.
Yeah.
That's a great tagline.
Yeah.
We almost get it right 90% of the time.
Yeah. I'm your host, Kevin Coelho, and I'm here with Nick Scarpino.
Hello, everyone.
Man with the three-fingered movie review. There it is. You seen any movies recently?
I saw On the Basis of Sex last weekend and really liked it. Yes, it's the Ruth Bader Ginsburg biopic. And then I went home and watched the Hulu documentary on her, and she is a fucking gangster.
Yeah.
And I love her. Yeah. She's a fucking gangster.
Yeah.
She's one of Gia's favorite people, obviously, and Gia has one of those Jesus candles of her,
with her.
In our...
God, she needs to stay alive for at least
it's her and Jeff
another 8
Goldblum
years,
in our
hopefully.
household.
4 years.
At least 4 more years.
6.
But she's it was. I highly recommend it. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I was. Obviously, very over Hollywoodized. Where I'm sure a lot of those conversations she had with her and her daughter didn't happen. But,
right, of course.
Because everything was perfect. But the cases that she did and the way she was able to sort of like prove the idea of gender discrimination based off of the case, like a little bit of a spoiler, but not really if you know anything about her. One of the big cases that she tried before the Supreme Court was a gender discrimination case against a male. And she did that in order to prove that gender discrimination existed to the all male Supreme Court. And it was very, very genius. And what's her name? Not Dakota Johnson. The actress that played the Ruth Bader Ginsburg was awesome. She knocked it out of the park. And Armie Hammer, who I normally don't particularly care for, was
you hate Armie Hammer.
I don't.
You hate him.
I don't like him as a leading
guy.
I like him in more character-driven stuff. I think he's actually a pretty good actor. I just don't like him when they try to make him the big action hero guy. I just don't think that suits him very much.
Isn't it Khaleesi who plays her or whatever?
No, it's not Khaleesi. It's the woman from. It's the actress from Rogue One. I forget her name.
Felicity Jones.
Yeah, she's awesome in this, and she fucking knocks it out of the park. Highly recommend it.
And to your right, my left, Tim, 30 Under 30 Gettys.
He's the cream in our Oreo filling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In our Oreo cookie, you're the cream.
I didn't know we were all gonna wear this shirt.
You didn't.
Yeah, no, I know. That's like
No, we weren't. There was no memo that went out.
I would have.
What I do is I go to my closet every morning, and I think, what would Tim do? I try to get in Tim's head.
Yeah,
and then I wear the shirt just because I can't. You got to keep him sharp.
Kindoffunny.com/store. You too can join the cool kids club.
The glitch revolution.
Glitcholution. I want to talk about a movie. I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah.
Because he got to do that. That was a good little thing.
Yep.
Blind Spotting, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Barrett Courtney been trying to get me to watch this movie for a year. And it's not that I didn't want to. I did want to. It was right when Movie Pass was dying.
Yeah, it was very sad.
So I was like, I'm going to let this figure out. And then me and Gia are going to go watch it. If you're not familiar with Blind Spotting.
I am familiar with it. It's Janina's in that movie, right?
Janina Gavankar in it, as well as Raphael Casal, who I grew up knowing as a super amazing slam poetry guy, like hip hop Bay Area scene, like super cool. Not familiar with the other dude,
Daveed Diggs, who was on the original cast of Hamilton.
Solid name too.
Yeah, and he also grew up Bay Area, and him and Raphael have been trying to make this movie, I think, for like 7 years.
And honestly, I think it came out at the perfect time. So it all takes place in Oakland, and it's about the gentrification of Oakland and them kind of dealing with it as people that grew up there. And as I was watching it, it's super awesome how it is very authentic to the world, but at the same time, it's stylized, but not over stylized.
Yeah.
So when you first start watching, you're like, oh, they're going for like a Scott Pilgrim-esque, like this is hyper realism. They're not. It's just the world from their perspective, which is imagine our world from Cool Greg's perspective.
Oh, man,
you get what I'm saying? So it's like,
I like to imagine
it
the
feels
opposite.
like it's a fake reality, but it is a reality for these people. And I feel like the movie was very heavy-handed at the beginning, where I was like, all right, they're just going to go there, and I know exactly what this movie's going to be. It proved me wrong every step of the way. After, like, the last hour of this movie is some of the most powerful stuff I've ever seen. The dialogue, the back and forth conversations that they have, I was blown away. I feel it was one of the best kind of tacklings of race discussion and identity that I've ever seen, which is like kind of hard to do nowadays because there's so many excellent takes on that. But I highly recommend it. Janine is great, obviously, but they steal the show. And also, they each have EPs on Spotify you can listen to that are them rapping in character.
Really?
It's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really rad.
Yeah.
Some of the songs on one of the EPs is kind of integrated into the movie itself. I was going to say something else. I totally forgot, though.
No worries.
By the way, just as a side note, I like to imagine that Cool Greg sees our world from the perspective like the kids see the world in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You know what I mean? Where he's just down there with
Was that a
ants
weird? Oh, I
in
see.
real life.
When they've shrunken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Where
I was like,
everything's-
I don't know what you're
the
talking-
marshmallows are just like mega big. And he's just a beautiful, beautiful
It's
child.
kind of like that.
My
yeah.
favorite thing. I know we're not supposed to talk about this on the show because this is not about our lives. But you and I had a great discussion this morning.
Oh, we're going to get into it on Internet Explorers.
All right.
I'm going to have a new
we'll save
segment
it
on
for
that show on Monday called Cool Greg's Tweets.
Yeah, I love that.
They're good tweets.
They're fucking the best.
All
I look
right.
at his following. I'm like, why doesn't he have 1 million followers? Why not?
Why not?
Why isn't he verified?
Yeah.
So I've been trying to watch all the Oscar movies, the Oscar-nominated movies for
Yeah.
Best Picture, and I am one away from finishing.
Awesome.
So just Green Book left. So last week I saw The Favorite.
Oh, how was that?
and it was good.
It doesn't seem
But-
like a movie that would strike any of us as like resonate.
The
It's a
ending,
period movie.
Yeah, but it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's well done. The acting is amazing. Something about the story I didn't 100% love, but it was very, very interesting. Phenomenal acting from everyone involved.
That's Emma Stone, right?
Yeah, Emma Stone. Emma Stone's so good in it.
Who's the other actress? in that?
Rachel Weisz.
Thank you.
And then there's one more lady who I think got nominated for Best Actress.
Gaga.
No,
It is Lady Gaga.
no.
Let me
That
look.
bringing up Lady Gaga, I also saw A Star Is Born.
What'd you think?
Holy fuck! Wow, that movie is beautiful.
Oh, okay. I thought because you never know with Kevin. Sometimes it's like, holy fuck, it was bad.
No.
And I'm like, oh no.
I
glad.
legitimately loved
See,
it.
Joey's
can't
a
believe
monster
it.
for not even
Joey's
wanting to
a
watch it.
monster.
Do we have a Joey watch on if she's seen A Star Is Born yet?
She hasn't seen it. She refuses to. It's a beautiful, beautiful.
very
movie.
well done, right?
I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's my number one pick for Best Picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
I could see it.
You sold me. I'm going to watch it now.
Here's what I'm going to say. I feel like Sam Elliott, best supporting actor.
He was so
There's a great
good in it.
case to be made for that. That's the scenes they have back
Yeah.
and forth because they're brothers, and all of us have brothers.
Yeah.
and so
That's a big moment when they reveal that. I wish you didn't take that away from Tim.
Well, I mean, sorry. Well,
Yeah, it's
whatever.
okay.
But their dynamic is so like.
No one has a cooler voice than Sam Elliott.
Well, first off, Sam Elliott's a bad motherfucker.
He's so
first off,
bad.
if you let's put
In
it
the
this
best way.
If you are an alumnus of the movie Roadhouse, you're about 95. You're starting off at 95% in my book. If you know what I'm talking about. Sam
don't.
Elliott hasn't aged because he's always
No,
been old.
yeah.
And the hair is amazing. And he was in Roadhouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, A
95%.
Star Is Born is a phenomenal movie. Joey, frankly, is crazy. Just
Have you not
crazy.
seen it yet, Joe? Why are you fighting it? I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. You watch A Star Is
No.
Born this weekend. I will literally buy Grease 2.
No.
I won't even rent it. I'll buy it.
I don't care enough.
Why are you so against it?
Because this is the thing is this like hits the three of the different things that I don't care about in movies.
Which
And
are
I totally understand. that
great
people
performances,
like
great
it.
cinematography, and great storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. All three of those hate them. So I just know that I'm not gonna like it based on those things. It could be the best movie
Joey,
ever
I
made.
also knew I wasn't going to like it. And when I watched it, like I was like maybe 15 minutes in and I was just like, this is a beautiful movie.
Yeah, it's
this is
really
a
well
beautiful
done.
fucking movie.
It's very much like you're just with them on this ride.
Yeah.
It's Bradley Cooper does
and
it.
it's a
Just fucking
slow,
knocks it out of
beautiful
the
ride.
park.
Yeah, but the more people bug me about watching it, the absolute less I'm gonna
Joey,
watch
I don't
it.
even
totally
want you
get
to
it.
watch it. Frankly, it'd be a waste, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Here's what I'll say.
You
about
wouldn't
this.
get it.
This is my disappointment in you. I went back. I was out yesterday, but I heard John L. Ace Esquire was in and hosted Debatable. And I remember hearing, as I watched the episode this morning on the way into work, hearing the exuberance in your voice when Xenon Girl of the 21st Century was
Hell yeah.
announced. And I just don't understand why you'll watch that pond scum of a movie and not an
seen it.
Academy nominated.
But he has seen A Star Is Born.
I have. I also want to watch Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
Yeah, it was my intro. It was my entrance song for prom. That's how much I love
That is
Xenon.
good.
You had an entrance song for prom?
We
We all did.
Oh, got it. I thought real prom. Oh. I was like, what was that about?
Okay.
I gotta change my shirt. I'll be right back.
Are you really going to change your shirt?
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Why?
Thanks, Nick. Oh, yeah, all right.
Housekeeping.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barrett.
Yeah. Some housekeeping. We hit our goal for 80,000. Now we're going a bunch of places. You can find that at kindoffunny.com, right? Events.
/events.
There it is. Woo! Also, shout outs to the Patreon producers that follow. Trevor Starkey, David Mintel, Panzer, Jeremy Goldman, Drew Ernie, Kurosh Josie. Jose? How do you say that last name?
Jozavi.
Jozavi. That's a dope last name. I like the way it comes off my tongue. James Davis.
God.
Yeah. It just feels right. You know what I mean?
Oh, Lord.
This show is brought to you by our sponsors, Quip and Me Undies. But more about that later. First news story now that Nick is back. I want that shirt so bad.
It turns out this is the only shirt that I had that fit me in the office perfectly.
It's a little big on you, Nick.
A little shrink. It'll shrink.
All right, our first story. Chris Pratt confirms James Gunn off-the-chain Guardians of the Galaxy 3 script still being used.
Really?
Yes.
I thought they confirmed that wasn't the case. I thought they were like, we're going in a different direction.
They never confirmed that. It was like
Those are rumors.
and rumblings.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing.
Now
I
this-
saw this headline.
Yeah.
Did you dive deeper into this? Well, what is the official word on what's happening here?
Well, here's the thing. It is very much an interview where Chris
Yeah.
Pratt just said that.
Yeah.
So
that's
one of those things where it's this not a real confirmation, but I did want to talk about
It
this.
feels good. It
Yeah.
feels good that at least Chris Pratt. I mean, here's the thing: if the movie has in any way, shape, or form either started shooting or at least started giving the actors the script to start practicing and rehearsing and stuff, then he would be the first person to know what
Right.
script they're using.
Yeah.
So that is
Probably in
a
every
good
scene.
sign.
Yeah.
This movie, it's this news comes hot off the heels of a discussion me and my friends were having about what is the future of Guardians of the Galaxy, what's going to happen,
scary.
and how's this going to look. Will the movie even actually occur? Because last week we saw Taika Waititi like, nah, I ain't having no part of that
Yeah,
shit.
well, that was another news story that I'm tagging onto this one. In an interview at a FX TV adaptation panel for What We Do in the Shadows, which is also super exciting, Taika Waititi has said, no, I'm not doing that movie.
yeah.
So yeah,
Pretty much
he's
direct
not
quote.
directing that movie.
Because he was
Like
like,
Guardians of
that's-
the Galaxy 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, so
because there was
but that was
rumors-
never like, that was just rumor.
Well, there
right?
were
They never
rumors
like,
that it was offered to him.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure they
Which
were.
I believe, like he's
It
also
sounds
come
like-
out and said, yeah, they offered it me, but I
and he
didn't
was
want to
like,
do it.
It's James's thing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's
that's not me.
Yeah, but that would be cool to see him direct it.
That would be
just 'cause-
second best option
Yeah.
to James Gunn, I
I
would
mean,
say.
truth be told, I would love to see that. I think I love James Gunn. I love the vibe that he's cultivated. I think Taika Waititi could take it up to the next level, though. I think his
so?
yes, because I think his
Yeah.
ability to cultivate improv is second to none. Like, I mean, I just think like I look at Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2, and I love those movies. Like, to me, some of the top tier Marvel movies for sure, as far as comedy is concerned. But there's always beats that are off a little bit, and I feel like you bring him in, he's going to tighten those up, and they're going to knock it out of the park.
Well, that's not happening.
Like I
unfortunately.
don't think anything in. I think there's no real standout jokes that flopped in Ragnarok. Everything that was in there was like pretty lean and pretty fucking
So
fantastic.
good. God, what a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really interested in how Phase 4 shakes out. Like, this is the first time that we don't really know too many things. We know, obviously, Far From Home is coming out. We know that there's a Black Panther 2. And there's all these rumors. Like, as far as I understand, Black Widow hasn't officially been announced. It's just like people know that it's being made.
Rumored,
You know?
yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. DH Canada in the chat's like, bring in the 21 Jump Street guys. If they got Chris Miller and Phil Lord to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, but
That's perfect.
they had some issues with solos.
But that wasn't their fault.
But that's also not
But I
the
mean,
same
like, they
movie.
got-
if they
no,
brought,
I understand,
like, Guardians
but,
of the
like-
Galaxy is a perfect vehicle for those guys.
Yeah.
Like, just make it zanier and crazier. Not like, don't destroy the tone, but oh man, I'd get really excited about that.
Yeah, that they would be
sure.
my pick of people that I'm aware of. You know, like I can totally see them bringing in some new up and comer that like gets it.
It's so scary though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
We'll see. I mean, I feel like Endgame's really going to kind of dictate what Phase 4 looks like.
Do you think after Endgame we get like a reveal for Slate 4?
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even call it Phase 4. Who knows? They might just be like, we're just going forward now. There's just Marvel movies. They're not going to do this giant continuation thing.
Sucks.
Yeah?
I feel like one of the things that makes the Marvel movies so strong is there's this through line that connects them together, and losing that would be, I think, something not great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
not great.
Speaking of What We Do in the Shadows, though, that's a series now.
Yeah. So
like
I was going to mention it when we talk
don't
about
like this.
trailers, but did you watch the trailer?
No, I haven't watched the trailer yet.
Oh,
Is
man.
it funny?
Yeah, it looks like
So they're just ditching the werewolves thing?
Yeah, I think so.
That's disappointing to me.
Well, it's just with him doing Ragnarok in an interview, he was saying like that really threw everything off schedule.
I mean,
and,
I
like,
imagine
yeah.
so, and I imagine him being able to direct and
Yeah.
produce a movie. Like now, he can kind of lend his like. I mean, I doubt he's a supervising producer on it, but I'm assuming he's just kind of like overseeing it, and we'll bring in some new talent for that. Also, you got Jermaine and all those other guys. Like they're going to be able to knock out of the park. I'm just disappointed because I was looking after what we do in the shadows. I'm like, oh my god, they're going to do a movie that's just the wolves. Yes, fuck yes. Oh, Reese, what's his name? Reese Darby. Is that his name? The guy was like, oh, mate, the lead wolf guy. I'm gonna look it up.
I was going
Reese
to
Darby.
ask Barrett to do that.
He's the best at everything.
Yeah. So the trailer for the TV show came out and it looks great. It looks like the movie, but with more jokes in it now.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm excited to see if X does good stuff. All right, let's go on to the next story. Barrett, take your time.
Whoa.
It's Monster Hunter. They got a release date. It's I don't want this movie to be a thing.
No, they put out the synopsis for it that essentially says, hey, there's some military people and they get sucked into a video game world, and it's Monster Hunter. Directed by Paul W.S. Anderson,
Yep.
the guy that did the Resident Evil movies with Milla Jovovich.
Who's in this?
No boo there.
Yeah?
Boo there.
No,
I
she's
like
great.
her.
No,
I
she's
like
great.
her. Thank you.
No.
I don't know. I said this on Games Daily yesterday. I feel like the Resident Evil movies were so representative of when they came out. You know, early 2000s. They're like, hey, video games are hot. Let's make a video game movie. Let's put it out there. And it wasn't Resident Evil. It had a couple elements, but it wasn't
Oh,
representative.
of course
what
not, because
the
that was back in the day where they were
franchise
like,
was
we're
all.
Hollywood. We know better than the people that make
Absolutely.
these games. Let's not include any of these
Back
people on
in
the creative
day,
team
they're
at
still
all.
doing that.
And
I mean,
exactly.
like right here is a
And
perfect example of it still
So
happening.
they did that, and the thing was, Resident Evil, the film franchise, I feel did turn into a dog shit mess, but it became aware of itself. And
Yeah.
then at some point, it was like, we're going to stop even trying to pretend we're trying to be the games, and it is just going to be stupid shit where
There's the third movie, right?
there's like a cult following to these movies.
Yeah.
They understand
So
they're bad, but like at least there's that.
The
Monster Hunter, it's like this is such a stupid, shitty cash-in that I think it's gonna really fail for them. But Monster Hunter World, best-selling Capcom game of all time. So
It was a great game.
they're coming in at the right time with this, I guess.
Oh my god.
The Resident Evil franchise made 1.2 billion worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, I guess there's money to be made in bad movies.
Yeah,
No surprise there.
Paul W.S. Anderson.
that's over the course of what,
Yeah.
8 movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
And the story sounds like they were like, hey, you know what was a good movie? Super Mario Bros. Let's make that. And it's just like, why? We know that wasn't a good movie.
This is gonna be a nightmare.
It's gonna be a
It's not
nightmare.
gonna be good.
It has zero chance.
So
of being
the
good, I
release,
think.
the announced release date is September 4th, 2020. So nothing else coming out that weekend so far. That's Labor Day weekend.
Look, he's got the big sword.
Yeah, big old sword. Wow. All right, let's go to the next news story. More upsetting news. The New Mutants still happening. Still expected
This
in
is the
theaters.
best quality JPEG you could find, eh, Kev?
Not exactly the part.
Yeah, it looked.
Kevin really wanted to just to really nail, like hammer home
thought-
that it's not going to be a good movie. So we got a bad JPEG.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
No,
They can't
it's
all be
okay.
bold. They can't. all be bold.
Yeah, in an interview, in an interview, Schuler Donner confirmed that sorry,
What do you say?
she was confirming that like they're still making this movie. It's still been cut. She hasn't worked on. She was a producer for the X-Men movies in 2000. Mm-hmm. I don't know why people put this in an interview. I wanted to bring it up because it's scary that it's still happening. Like according to her, like they're still cutting it.
You're talking about Lauren Schuler Donner, right?
Yes. Sorry.
There's
name was cut
other
off.
news that I thought you were going to jump off into there that happened last week of them saying that this movie is officially the last Fox X-Men movie that came hot off the heels.
Wait, it sounds
of
like
them
Dark
saying,
Phoenix is still happening though.
Yeah, it's before this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that Dark Phoenix and then this and then that's the end. But this is hot off the heels of them saying Kitty Pryde is still in development.
Which
So-
makes no sense.
So that makes no sense at all. But
Yeah.
I feel like right now
Yeah.
everything's up in the air because of this Disney thing, and I feel like there's a lot of things that people just can't say.
Yeah.
officially, legally. So
well, one of the things that she said in this interview, which is also very like speculative talk, where she was like, yeah, essentially after these 2 movies, it's all in Kevin Feige's hands. So we have that to look forward to. We just have to stomach through these next 2 movies.
There was also
potentially a Kitty Pryde movie.
There was also rumors that this movie might end up actually just being straight to digital. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
Dude, just
They're
looking
saying-
at,
I thought that was going to happen a long time
Straight
ago.
to
but-
Hulu.
just looking at
Yeah.
the movies
Yeah.
that she's quote unquote announced to produce, though. Because Lauren Schuler Donner, if I'm not mistaken, was like one of the original producers of the X-Men franchise.
Yes.
And has continued to shepherd that through. But just looking through, we've got New Mutants, Gambit, Twin Blades, I don't know, X-Force, Multiple Man, Deadpool 3, Constantine 2, and Alpha Flight.
Ooh, Constantine 2. All right.
I'm jacked about it. Dude, if they get...
No,
these aren't
these
happening.
movies aren't happening.
No, of course not.
No.
But
Yeah.
if they could, I'm just saying, in a world that's perfect, that's catered to Nick's whims, they give me Pumpkin Pie year round, and Keanu Reeves comes back for Constantine. And
This
that'd be
didn't
fucking
look as
amazing.
bad when
It sure looks terrible now.
yeah,
though.
it does. My bad, guys.
And then there was other news too that Bob Iger, there was the Disney financial report call, and they went through everything, and he was saying that
go to the next image.
he was saying that they are interested in looking into R-rated movies. They understand that there's a success there and that there's a fan base there based on Deadpool and the like, and that's good news for everyone.
Bad news for everyone is Disney Fox merger will result in at least 400 lost jobs. New estimates show.
What was that?
Disney / Fox merger will result in at least 4,000 lost jobs.
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a lot.
That
That's
makes
a
sense
lot.
though. I mean, you're merging companies. There's a lot of redundancies.
Closing studios out.
What I imagine is that Bob Iger, is Bob Iger still the head of Disney?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Bob Iger walked into a room and looked at all the people that were producing movies for Fox and all the people that were producing movies for Disney and just went, which one of you guys think you have a job still? And then all the Fox people got up and just left.
It's so scary though, because like it's very exciting that this merger is happening because we like what Disney's doing. Of
course.
we want them to make the Fox-owned properties good, but like the thought of so many people losing jobs is really, really upsetting.
The silver lining
Yeah.
to that, and obviously that is sad and that is horrible, but the silver lining is that there will be new jobs opening, and that a lot of these people are going to make the switch. It's not going to be the smoothest transition, but I'm sure for a lot of them it will be. You know,
I mean, I wouldn't though. I mean, I'd be like, let's take the creative teams that still are on here and let them build out their own teams. Because like the one thing that I wouldn't want to see is that people who have made subpar X-Men movies get a chance to
Stay
make more
around.
subpar X-Men movies under Kevin Feige. I just don't. I trust Kevin Feige. I trust that he'll shepherd these in. But at the same time, like the one thing he's really good at is finding up and coming directors and mentoring them into these roles. And I just don't know like. I don't see Bryan Singer coming back into the fold in any way, shape, or form, given the rumors around him and everything they've done with James Gunn. But like him coming back to a franchise, I'm like, why? Bring in someone. Yasmin 300 in the chat was saying like Travis Knight, the guy that did Bumblebee, is rumored to take over Guardians of the Galaxy 3 as well. Like that's a perfect example of like that's a guy that might be able to do something with this. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of like buying a company and then saying like, hey, your company was failing, but let's just give everyone that was responsible for this company failing like
Was it failing
have
though?
confidence. It wasn't failing. It
Yeah,
just
I
wasn't
don't think
great.
it was. Yeah,
I'm just saying like it could be better.
I
all I'm
mean,
saying.
like their movies were still successful. They were just bad.
But they could
Right.
be better.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
there's talented people though. I'm not saying like.
No,
bring
I'm
over
sure.
the
I'm sure
team,
out of the
but-
4,000 people that might be laid off, I'm sure thousands of them are very, very good.
Yeah.
And who knows? Like you never know if their producers or directors are the ones that are steering the ship incorrectly. Like it's not your fault, but we'll see.
Travis Knight, I would not necessarily want to see a Guardians movie directed by him, but a MCU movie by him for sure. Smaller, focused. Kubo was amazing. I really enjoyed Bumblebee. That'd be cool.
What if they gave him Squirrel
Kubo
Girl?
was so good.
Ooh.
That would be really cool.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I just took a random stab.
No,
in the
you
dark
nailed it,
that
though.
Squirrel Girl was a Marvel
And just
property.
what
It
was
will be. She will
the
be.
group they were in? Squirrel Girl,
Oh, the
East Lakes?
the West Great Lake Avengers.
Great Lake Avengers. That would be fun. Yeah.
Cool.
Barrett, our last story for the day.
Blow.
It's okay. Oh, this image's not good either. This
One.
one looks good though.
God bless it.
The
God
Karate
bless
Kid
this.
and Dirty Dancing are returning to theaters.
Awesome.
Why?
They're doing a 4K
Why?
version of this, though,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So
They're re-releasing it for the 35th anniversary, and they're doing it in like 4K. And really,
Fantastic.
really pretty.
fantastic, and obviously they're doing this to promote season 2 of Cobra Kai.
Are they?
I think so. I think that was part of the
I
story.
didn't see that
read.
anywhere in the story that I was reading.
Interesting. I think, hold on a sec. I put it on my Slack. I may not have sent it to you.
I went with another story because I thought it was just a tweet.
Sorry, there's just pictures
That's
of me
okay.
in the thing.
The Karate Kid will be heading to movie theaters nationwide on March 31st and April 2nd.
So yeah, this is a tweet that I put on from William Zaka. The Karate Kid returned to cinemas in celebration of 35th anniversary, March 31st and April 2nd. Film remastered with a sneak peek of #Cobra Kai season 2. It's coming around. Fuck yes. Did you all do your homework and watch the entire first season of Cobra Kai before the show?
No.
You are fucking up. Cobra Kai is by far the best YouTube Red show available today. It is one of the only things that could legitimately get me to subscribe to the YouTube Red. That and the fact that I really, really, really want YouTube Red so I can stop having to stream stuff and just listen to the audio. But I'm excited about this. And just seeing these two beautiful sons of bitches on camera again. Oh, look at you.
Also, Dirty Dancing is getting a theatrical encore on Valentine's Day. So that's February 10th and February 13th. You can find out more at Fathom Events. Cool. I wish more movies were re-released in theaters and like pushed. Like I like watching stuff in theaters.
There's just not a market for it. Like, you know, I mean, that's what I've always said. Like the argument whenever they remake a movie is always like, there's always an uproar. People just re-release the first one, remaster it. Nobody goes to see them.
That's
and if they
true,
do, it's just, what the fuck? Like, you're not going to, you can barely get Greg Miller to go see a new movie. You're going to tell me he's going to get out and go watch The Karate Kid? It was on TNT last week.
Greg Miller would get out to go watch Back to the Future for the 20th time.
He
And
did, and he left
Ghostbusters.
midway through.
Greg Miller.
Yeah.
That's
Probably
him
spent
in a
$200
nutshell.
on those tickets. God bless him.
All right, now
Cobra
it's
Kai.
time for some ads.
Cool.
Give it to me.
Our first sponsor is Quip. The new year's means new resolutions, and we've got one you're working on twice every day. It's your oral health, and with Quip electric toothbrush, sticking to good habits is simple. Nick, you've got Quip, right?
I do have a Quip.
What's your favorite thing about it?
I like that it pulses and tells me when to change the quadrants of my mouth. It
That's
also, halfway through, I'm like, dang, I haven't brushed my teeth for a while. But it turns out I've only, for the past 27 years, only brushed my teeth for approximately 10 seconds.
15 seconds tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
27 years.
I just came up with a number. Couldn't remember how old I was. I was trying to, here's what I was trying to do.
Much older than
I was trying
27.
to-
You're 39.
How dare you, sir?
What
I'm
happened to this?
6 foot. I'm 6'2". I was trying to do the math of how long I've had the toothbrush for, and I was like, it hasn't been 15 years, but it doesn't matter.
My favorite thing about it is the multi-use covers, which work as stand and mount to the mirrors. The sides over the bristles and packs to protect you on the go. I think it just looks so cool.
It's soap.
Yeah.
Gia loves hers. She uses it all the time. It's easy to travel with. Keeps your teeth clean.
That's why we love Quip and why over 1 million happy, healthy mouths do too. Quip starts at just $25. And if you go to getquip.com/KFMS right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/KFMS. Our second sponsor today, Undies. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Rather than spending all the money going out to a fancy restaurant, why not just hang in your underwear all night, courtesy of Undies?
I do that every night.
It's a great idea. Undies uses a coveted micromodal fabric that is 3 times softer than cotton.
It's very soft.
The fabric genuinely feels like actual heaven against your skin. And it's true. Tim,
It is.
you're wearing Undies right now.
I'm wearing the red ones. Pure red. Valentine's
Pure
Day.
red.
I'm in my Valentine's Day kick right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was wearing my heart ones. Today's the red. Tomorrow will be the pink. Day after that, the purple. Day after that, the lighter.
Oh, you've got this really planned out.
I do.
How many MeUndies do you have right now?
An excessive amount
Yeah?
of MeUndies.
You can also get a style that is perfectly suited for you. Men and women can each choose from 4 different cuts, all of which are available from classic colors to adventurous prints. And I love the adventurous prints. I've got one with little unicorns on it that Paula really
And they're
likes.
shiny.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
little unicorn horns it has the glittery look.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
a little sparkle to it
Good.
that doesn't rub off, which is good. But why stop at Undies? This year, MeUndies is launching their V-Day prints in lounge pants and onesies as well. Both are made from the same micromodal fabric as their undies. Tim, you wearing that lounge wear?
I do have I don't have the Valentine's Day one. I have the winter one from
Which I
last,
really did.
last
dug.
season. I have the onesie and I
Yeah.
have the lounge pants. Yes, I'm a big fan.
MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, when you order MeUndies, you get 15% off and free shipping. This is a no-brainer. Get 15% off a pair of the most comfortable undies you'll ever put on. To get 15% off of your first pair and free shipping and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/morning. That's MeUndies.com/morning. Now, Tim,
MeUndies, a better way to undie.
it's not their slogan.
A better night's sleep on your crotch.
Your ticket.
There it
Better
is.
undies.
A better night's sleep on your crotch.
I like that part of the read where they're like, let's see who can take the pants off first. And I was like, it's usually me in my household. Gucci.
Please
He
stop
was
looking at me while you're reading, saying these things. All right. The next segment we're doing is my favorite. It's trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
So we're going to talk about some of the trailers that
Kick
we've
it.
seen this
Let's
week.
talk about
The
it.
first one, Shaft.
Yeah.
Tim,
Yeah,
did you watch this trailer?
I did. Started off, I'm like, this is dumb as fuck.
Yep.
Ended, and I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of in.
Yeah,
when
I'm
he
kinda
hits
in
the
too.
glass and it
And
doesn't
just
break,
bounce.
I'm like, okay.
When we talked about this a while back when the movie was announced and they showed this promotional still for it, and I was like, we don't need this movie.
I feel like that
And
was
to be
so
fair,
long ago.
Even after seeing this, we don't need this
No,
movie.
but what
It's
I like
happening.
about this is, first off, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I think it was 2000, Samuel L. Jackson made the Shaft reboot, basically. And it was called Shaft, and this one's just called Shaft because they don't give a fuck. What I like
Solid.
about
That's
this
such a good thing, though.
is I watch this, and this gives me little vibes of 21 Jump Street. I.e., let's take a series that everyone kind of knows a little bit, no one really gives a shit if it comes back, and let's have some fun with it. When he hits the glass at the end, I'm like, oh, I get it. This is going to be kind of a fun, quirky movie. Like, I don't know if you guys recognized it at first, but the very first scene where the kid knocks on the door, a woman answers and she's got glitter all over her chest. And then when Samuel L. Jackson pops in behind him, he's got glitter all over his face.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is going to be a fun movie.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Do we need this movie? No. Do I want this movie?
It has Alexander
I'm in.
Shipp,
It does have
who
Alexander
I
Shipp.
feel just has gotten the raw end of the stick every single time here. Storm from the Young Avengers or the Young X-Men the movies, and
Apocalypse,
I think I guess just Apocalypse.
And now Phoenix, I think, right? Isn't she on that
Who
too?
knows if that ever going to
Who the fuck
happen?
knows? But she's great.
Yeah.
I really like her. And I feel like she's
you're
underutilized.
forgetting her seminal role. Her seminal role in Love, Simon. Wasn't it Love, Simon? Or To All the Boys I Loved Before? She was in Love, Simon.
That's
right?
why I love her so much.
Yeah, she's awesome.
You're right.
She's great.
It was
now.
Love Simon.
okay, Love-
God, such a good movie.
I was gonna say To All the Boys, but no, it was Love, Simon. She played the other, like the
best
new girl
friend
that came in. Yeah,
Yeah, she's great.
she's phenomenal.
Yeah, so this trailer actually won
Fun.
me over because looking through trailers and I saw this, I was like, I have no interest in this, but I'm gonna watch it.
Well, tonally, that's the
was
thing
fun.
is I haven't seen
It
it.
was
I mean,
fun.
I watched Shaft 2000 in 2000 in
Ooh,
theaters,
was
walked
the
out, and
man.
it was like, I don't need to ever watch that movie again. It took itself way too seriously. It was trying to capitalize off of this character that a lot of people, myself included, weren't really familiar with.
It had a dope Burger King tie-in.
I'm sure it
Do you
did.
remember that?
No.
They took the theme song and Samuel L. Jackson, and he would just walk, and I forgot what he was promoting. Oh, it was the Shakes, but they took the shot theme song. I was like, Shakes.
Yeah. I
It's
like that
why?
one.
I like that a lot.
And it's just Samuel L. Jackson is there, like
Because it was
motherfucker.
cool. Samuel Jackson's cool.
Every
He can tell you
he does is
anything.
cool.
I think
Thank you, Barrett.
I think this is a much more fun take on it, and I think
Yeah.
they're gonna have a lot of fun with this, and I can't wait to see it.
Barrett, don't change the image. For the next story, we added it in late. It's the Child's Play trailer.
Yes.
Whoa.
Now, earlier this week, they came out with a trailer that was just kind of like...
Teaser.
Yeah, it was like the CEO talking about how great the toy is and everyone needing it. That was a bad trailer. But this other trailer, man, it got me really excited.
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah?
In a horror movie, that's pretty fucking dope. Child's Play is one of those iconic horror movie franchises, but I feel like it's impossible for it to work nowadays because it's just a little fucking doll. Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna actually make that convincingly scary? But when I saw this trailer for the first time this morning, when it starts off, it's like from the producers of It. My first reaction was like, producers can mean a lot of things.
Yeah, there's like 19
You know what I mean?
producers
Like,
on
that
it.
doesn't mean much.
doesn't.
But then as this trailer progressed, I was like, huh, they're actually selling me on this.
Yeah.
And like I liked it so much that I'm like, it looks like they're taking the elements that I loved about it and applying it to the Child's Play world.
Yeah.
I love that we don't see too much of Chucky.
We don't see him at all. We see a silhouette basically at the end.
We
That's
see
pretty
his
much
like
it.
side in one of the shots,
Little
like
bit.
as
Which is cool, but like I hope that they stick to a more like simple, real version, not like crazy CG.
Well,
like
we also saw
bullshit.
there was like the like whatever like their
My buddy.
the engine that like runs them is, which I not a scene that I was like, oh, this.
I mean,
I don't know if I like this weird giant blue thing in his chest.
I'm okay with it because
Yeah.
I like that with the intro to
what
the
powers
trailer.
him?
The intro of the trailer, them kind of explaining this whole like we're trying to push stuff, and then seeing it scan him, it makes this feel more real instead of it's just a doll that came to life.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if
was
I'm not
Voodoo
mistaken,
last
the
time?
original was there was a killer who was
Yeah.
like a voodoo guy and put his spirit into
This
the
is
doll.
way better than that.
This I think is a
You don't
more
think it's gonna
modern,
have that at
more
all?
fun take. I hope not. I hope it's
hope
just a
not.
doll that goes nuts and start and like. I hope it's more about the tech because that's more scary.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But having said that, when I was young and I watched Child's Play, that movie scared the
It was
fucking
terrifying.
bejesus out of me.
Well, it just as he's like in the doll, if he stays there too long, he like becomes the doll forever, and that
he was
means
trying to
he
get he was
starts.
trying to go into the kid. at
No,
the end,
yeah,
right?
yeah. But like, there's that scene where like he'd been in the doll for too long, and like his arm breaks, and like there's skin and tissue underneath. Oh, it's so disturbing.
I just remember I was like, this is a genius. When I was a kid, I was like, this is a genius concept
Yeah.
because it plays off of your like. My biggest fear was my toys coming to life.
It's the things that you trust betraying you.
the things that watch you while you're asleep, right?
Yeah.
It's that old school, like, remember that scene in Poltergeist where the kid looks over and the fucking clown's there, the fucking clown that just, the clown doll that haunted my nightmares, and then he looks over again and it's fucking gone, and you're like, no, it's under the bed.
God.
Don't put your feet down.
The Poltergeist remake was so bad.
It was one of the worst.
I didn't
things
see
I've
it.
ever
It
seen.
was so
I have
bad.
higher hopes for this though. I think
As
this
do I.
looks pretty good so far.
Yeah.
It has my I'm gonna keep my eye on you
Yeah.
award of the week.
Okay.
What do we have
Very
next?
interesting. So next is the trailer for Dumbo came out.
Okay.
I believe this is a Super Bowl trailer.
Yeah. It's more Dumbo.
I don't think it was. It was
No?
because it was a minute and a half. They usually
You're
don't play
right.
those.
You're right.
there.
That came out actually like I think 2 days ago then.
It's fine.
I
More
don't.
Dumbo.
I don't
It's-
want this movie to be a
fine.
thing.
I'm okay
It
that
just
it
because
is.
it's gonna be sad.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it'll be
like,
sad. It'll, be,
Dumbo.
it'll tug the heartstrings and, you know.
But also, I
got
feel
a
like
great cast.
they're gonna depart like totally from the what we know as Dumbo.
I think that's good though.
I'm okay
Like,
with that,
That's
yeah.
the problem. Is like some of these older Disney movies, like they are not fleshed out. There's very little to them, and they're
Well,
very short.
Yeah, it was a different
This
time.
one's
They were like
super short.
less than 90 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I think Dumbo
Yeah.
was the shortest one
Yeah.
ever.
Let's see.
So
I think it was only like 70 minutes or something.
yeah, it's something
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So them adding more, I think that's fine. This trailer, it looks fine.
Yeah.
I like the look of Dumbo, like the weird CG shit. Like
Yeah.
I think they're creating a cool world here. Dumbo's never been my favorite.
The scene that like speaks to me the most is the drunken like elephant scene where you're seeing all the like
The
pig-
1941 Dumbo was 1 hour and 4 minutes.
yeah, there you go.
That's
64
really
minutes.
short.
Wow.
Really short.
Yeah, but I feel like that scene, the small clip of it that we see, looks perfect. And if they can grab the tone of that scene, I'm interested to see the rest of the movie.
I mean, look, there was a time in my life where Michael
about the
Keaton
time.
disappeared. Okay.
Was-
He did White Noise and then just dropped off the fucking face of the earth. And I was sad. And there was like a part of me that I felt like a part of me was gone.
He was
I
gone
felt
for
like
a
I had
long
like
time.
my left pinky finger was just gone. Right. Then he came back. And now he's back with fury. Now I have to see everything he's in. He's got the weird wig. Is it a wig? Yeah, for sure, because he's bald as fuck. But I'm into it. That, Danny DeVito, Colin Farrell, it's a great cast. Why not? I think
Yeah.
it's going to be great. Will I watch it in the theaters? No.
Is
But I'll
Michael
watch-
Keaton in this?
Yeah.
He's like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's the
okay.
zero.
I didn't know that. And I'm like,
You think I was
where's
just talking
Nick?
about Michael
I was like,
Keaton?
where's Nick going with this? That's so funny.
I just randomly wanted to waste 2 minutes of your time talking about Michael Keaton
so
in the 90s.
funny.
No.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's-
I don't think I'm gonna see this movie.
I will
Really?
watch this when
Man.
it comes out on Netflix.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know
not
that I
gonna-
even will.
This is like an
I doubt
airplane
it'll come out
movie.
on Netflix though.
Oh,
'Cause
the Disney streaming service, whatever.
Which you're not gonna have, so you're never gonna watch this movie.
We'll cross paths at some point in the next 5 years. The movie will be available
Sure, on a
somewhere
plane
I'll
or
watch.
something.
Sure.
And you'll watch
Yeah,
it.
I don't know. Dumbo, not for me.
Not for
Damn,
you.
gets the thumbs down from Tim for all the audio
All
listeners
right,
out there.
Barrett.
What's up?
The next trailer I want to talk about: Toy Story 4.
Not so much a trailer. So now
Yeah,
we're
it was
getting
a
into
movie
the
spot.
Super Bowl spots.
Yeah, yeah.
Vignettes, I would call
I
it.
like. I thought this was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Why are they in a fair? That scares me. Weren't they?
Well, they're looking for Buzz Lightyear. He's lost again.
The last time we saw them at the end of 3, aren't they with the?
They were about to burn in the fire.
Yeah, a little girl. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, are they running away?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm not feeling these vignettes so far.
Really?
And, and
they
I
keep
feel
leaning on Key
Toy
and Peele,
Story?
and I'm like, no.
in a weird way,
stop.
making super meta jokes about it all. I'm just like, I don't like it. And here's my thing. I still think this movie's gonna be phenomenal. If there's one
Pixar knows what it's
franchise
doing.
that has told me time and time again that I'm wrong for doubting them, it's Toy Story.
Right.
When they went to 2, I'm like, it's not gonna be as good as the first. It was great. When they went to 3, I'm like, it's not gonna be as good as the first. It was great. With this, I'm like, I can't believe they're making a movie after 3, but I just gotta trust them, you know? But watching this stuff, I feel like Toy Story 4 is a movie that I usually love watching trailers. I'd be fine not watching a single trailer for it and just going into the theaters. Because seeing all this stuff, I'm just like, I'm already sold. I guess this is made for people that aren't me.
Yeah.
Trying to sell them on it,
100%,
which I
yeah.
get that's necessary.
Yeah.
But
is it like, I feel like putting it on Super Bowl, like that doesn't seem necessary. I feel like that's not the crowd that's going to watch this movie.
yeah, I think it is. The Super Bowl's not for sports people. Super Bowl's for so many people I know watch that and have Super Bowl parties that don't give a fuck about football.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
they give a fuck about Toy Story.
There's a strong contingent of people that watch the Super Bowl for both the game and the commercials, and let's put it this way, it's probably the only mass, like, first off, it's the biggest ratings of the year for any network, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that still the case?
I'm pretty sure it is. And secondly, like, it's the only fucking show that lasts like longer than an hour where people will go and watch just to see the commercials. Like, imagine, when's the last time you didn't fast forward through a commercial and watching it on network television, right? That's just the way it goes, or something that's recorded, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, people, it's a huge marketing thing. Having said that, I didn't particularly like the spot. I don't like the improvisational feel of I think it's Key and Peele, right?
It is Key and Peele.
I don't like it. I don't think it works. I think the humor is that I like it when they write movies that are funny. I don't like it when they allow people to improv, and then like I don't like it when it feels loose. And to me, the power of Pixar movies are that they're tight.
Yeah.
They're tight. They're
They're
structured.
very well
the
made
jokes work.
stories.
If the jokes don't work, and this to me was like when his foot gets caught in the thing, it's just a little off.
Yeah.
I'm like, why wouldn't he scream right off the bat? Why did he finish his line? I don't know. It's just. I'm
feels
still
like
gonna see the movie, but I'm not all in.
It feels like the writers like trying so hard to write for Key and Peele specifically, and
I don't
they
see.
just don't get it.
I disagree. I feel like it's the director going, Key and Peele, just go.
I also
and they
get that feeling from it, yeah.
and they go, okay, we like this take.
Yeah.
And while I love Key and Peele, like I don't think of them as, hey, we're like, I think of them more as like, hey, we have really, really intelligent sketch comedy that's written down, and like, sure, there's some improv in there, but this is tight and really well thought out.
The one thing I do enjoy about this trailer is that it's clear, and with the other things that we've seen in Toy Story, it's clear these are not going to be scenes from the movie. It's just pure promotional material, and that's cool. You know, like this does
You think
not.
so? You don't think there's
represent
going to be a scene where he's tied to the board and some people are shooting at him?
No, I think
I
that's
don't
going to be
know.
in the
I feel like
movie.
that's a scene.
Yeah. The other
I could be
stuff,
wrong.
like,
I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe not. It'd be hilarious if they were like, no, we just like Key and Peele. They're not even in the movie. We
That'd
just
be
put
really-
I'm like, baller.
That would
Baller.
be really funny and something I could see Pixar doing. Next trailer that we watched, or vignette, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like they nailed the cover art from the stories in the trailer.
Well, I love
the
it.
little vignettes that we got.
Let's start off Guillermo del Toro. And
Yeah.
it's like whenever I really appreciate when you put creators' names attached to something and
Yeah.
like boldly say, like they actually vocalize his name. That's telling the audience something, and it's that he, if nothing else, can do amazing creature designs and costumes and
Yeah,
all
Kevin and
that
I had
stuff.
a discussion with this. I love Guillermo del Toro, but his movies are not my favorite.
It sounds like you don't love him.
It's not that I love him as a creator. Okay, I like that he brings a different voice to the industry. I like that he brings a different style to the industry. Having said that, like I think back to the Guillermo del Toro movies that I've seen in recent past, and they weren't as like special for me. Right? Didn't care for Pacific Rim. Didn't
It's a
particularly
horrible
like
movie.
Shape of Water was what it was. I
Really,
was like,
really fucking good.
it was okay. It didn't really resonate with me. Like I got to the end of that, and I was like, okay, that was a movie. It was weird.
Yeah.
Really
But that's
well
why I mean
stylized.
this could work, because I'm more on your side than your side with this, but I think he nails the creature designs and making them scary and unique and feeling real.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of vignettes of
Yeah.
like small scary stories. I think that there's a heart there that he can tap into.
I think as a creator and as a person who's going to shepherd this, it's great. I want other directors to take it forward and other writers to take it forward. Like I think he's visionary, but I just think that his vision doesn't align a lot of the times with like a more classic Hollywood structure. And I want to like I'll watch this, but I like the idea of him. Like I'm looking at just who the director is, and it's not him. And that actually I like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought he was just kind of.
I think it's just his name's being put on this.
I think he's
to
like,
get it marketed,
like producing it, like pushing to get it made.
I'm sure that's the way it is. I'm
He's
sure
a
it's
good
just
visual director, I would say.
What's that?
He's a good visual director.
Oh no,
like
the
style,
worlds that he creates are awesome. It's he just brings such a different like. It's hard to nail down, and I don't think I'm putting this. Like, I respect the shit out of this guy, but it's just I watch his movies and I'm like, there's just elements that are off to me that I think a lot of people vibe with that just don't work for me.
His post-Oscar tweet where he went and got fast food or something, right?
Yeah,
so good. Bless him. Yeah. But Tim, do you remember like scary stories to tell in the dark?
Of course. Yeah. You know, it's like those are just iconic books growing up in the 90s where it's like, you know, you had your Goosebumps, you had your Animorphs, but then you had those other things that were really fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
I remember
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, is that what it was?
Yeah, that's it.
Was like the opposite side of like the Captain Underpants. Where it's like
absolutely.
the babies read Captain Underpants,
yeah.
but the badasses read the fucking Scary Stories thing.
And
they were horrified.
And some people read both, you know? And, whatever.
But like what has always stayed with me are the creepy images that they had. Like I think it was at the start of each story. They'd have
I think
a
that's
creepy
all
image.
that stuck with anybody, really. I don't think anybody remembers any of this.
You don't remember any of the stories?
I don't. Not me.
But
Do you?
but what's crazy is that like I feel like they did such a good job selecting stories where it's like, oh my god, I remember like at the end, the last vignette was the like pimple, and it was the spider leg coming out, and it's just like, oh my god, I remember that story. I'm not sure how it's gonna be. Like
that's just a walking. Yeah,
Oh.
I like these.
Yeah.
But I probably won't watch it because it could be too scary.
I'm watching.
You gonna watch it?
Oh yeah.
I'm very curious to see how long they're gonna be, and
well, so are they vignettes or is it just one movie?
no, I think this is a series, is it not?
I thought it was a movie.
I think it's just a movie.
Oh, really?
And I think it's so I'm looking at it on IMDb right now. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
It's a movie of a bunch of vignettes.
Is it a movie? Okay, so
It's like New York, I Love You.
is it? Because the
think
description
so.
that I read just said it's a bunch of kids trying to save their town.
Go
but
back.
They have to
Go
face
back to the wiki.
scariest things ever.
Down. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
A group of people attempt to solve a mystery that involves a series of spectacular, horrific deaths in their small hometown. I feel like it's just going to be one narrative story.
Interesting. Okay, that loses some points in my book.
Horror film directed by Andre Overdahl from a script co-written by Dan and Kevin Hagman. The story
Oh,
is
it's so
based
cool
on
that
a
it's
child's book series.
as in slash through it.
He's Nordic to some degree.
Interesting.
Troll Hunter.
Troll Hunters?
Scandinavian rather.
Not a movie.
Troll Hunter, awesome. Yeah, this guy's got it.
This guy's got
This
it.
guy's fucking got it.
All right, but the trailer looks cool. So let's move on to the next trailer.
And also to be clear, it wasn't a trailer. It was
Yes,
Super
vignettes.
Bowl
Sorry.
spots.
Yeah.
vignettes that were throughout the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It was like a super cut. This also was more of a vignette than anything. Man,
This is a spot.
This was
Captain
a
Marvel.
full.
Was
This
it
was
a
like a
trailer?
30-second
This
spot.
is for
Yeah,
a 30-second spot.
I think.
It was.
I thought it like,
No,
I
they
felt
just
like
cut
it was
for
an
like,
extended scene.
No, it was a
No?
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't get me excited at all. For
The Captain Marvel trailers for me so far are they're fine. I don't
good.
think get me excited as
They're
like,
not.
oh, this movie's awesome. If it wasn't MCU, I wouldn't give a shit.
This is one of those movies that I really am so glad that Samuel L. Jackson's in. And you can tell in every scene that he's like, well, I'm normally at 90%, but to make up for Brie Larson's complete and total apathy in every single scene that we've seen her in so far, I'll kick it up to 120%.
Really?
I just think she's I think she's not into this movie at all.
The Samuel L. Jackson stuff, I feel like he's at like
I feel like
a
he's
lukewarm 70.
Really? I feel like every
he's
time I
at,
see him in, he's just
prequel.
going nuts and having fun.
I feel like he's at prequel trilogy level of like, yeah, I'm here.
Yep, me
What's
too.
Oh, no, that's
It's-
not the vibe I'm getting.
I also get that he's like, I'm trying extra hard. And I think he might be trying a little too hard. So we'll see how that all goes. It looks like we're going to get a fun Nick Fury, which it was so weird and like not what we are
to be positive about this trailer.
Yeah.
I think the scenes where we're seeing here, the space stuff looks awesome.
It looks
it's got
so
Jude
cool.
Law in it. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see him in this.
But her line delivery.
it just doesn't seem like she's
My hope for this movie
see.
and my expectation for this movie is that it's hard to make a trailer for it because I feel like her character and her scenes need to have a bit more space to breathe and build up. Because I feel like right now they're just taking lines out of context, which makes it feel stilted and weird.
Yeah.
Because like I love her. I love everything about this movie. I'm like, this should be amazing. These trailers, I don't think are showing that, but I think that's just the cuts of the trailers, not what the movie's going to actually
possible,
be.
and it's also like obviously my expectation is that everything is a specific tone and hits a specific level of comedic value, and that doesn't need to be the case. She can play it straight. Maybe that's the direction that she chose to go with, and maybe I'm just being overcritical because I'm thinking about like in my recent memory, I'm thinking, oh, I want this to be more like Ant-Man and Wasp, but maybe they're just like, no, this is gonna be a totally different movie than that.
Yeah,
we're gonna give it a chance, but
it's going to be totally different than
the
that.
trailers just aren't that great.
The Carol Danvers that I'm familiar with is
Danvers.
a bit more fun than what we've seen. But there was another clip that came out today that was like you see a scroll kind of like being scary at her, like kind of growl at her, and then she like looks at him and goes ah, and then like punches him, and like that's what I'm like. All right, I want more of this. I'll show you it later. It's like you'll see. It's the first time. Yeah. The first clip is the first 2 seconds. I'm like. That is the movie I'm expecting this to be.
It's weird that Marvel like is coming out with trailers that aren't like hot fire.
It's not weird to me. Especially not for a movie like this. I feel like they kind of need to play it straight, and I think especially there is a lot of focus on the like her a hero, and it's like they're marketing.
What do you think
the
the tone of this is going to be? Like, is this a somber movie or you think comedy is just
fun.
splattered all over it?
No, I don't think it's going to be comedy. It's going to be It's not going to be Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It's also not going to be Ant-Man.
I feel like
it's going to be somewhere in between.
I feel like they're gonna just nail the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern tone in this one. You know what I mean?
No,
It's not gonna be
that good.
No,
It's not good.
It'll be better than that.
I'm worried about this movie.
It's going to be a
I'm not worried
phase
about the
one
movie at all.
movie. It's going to be a phase one, like tier quality movie.
We've grown so far.
We've gone
since
beyond
then,
that, Barrett. That's unacceptable.
Will it be the worst Phase 3 movie?
No.
Is it?
Well, maybe.
What do you say?
I said probably.
You think?
Yeah. Because I
Doctor
really like
Strange
Phase 3 movies.
Phase 3?
We're judging this shit real hard right now. I will say this though: excited to see Lee Pace back. Excited to see John Hatsu back.
I feel like we're gonna
think
get
it's gonna
like
be
10
cool.
seconds of Lee Pace.
I don't know, man. I think it's. I'm looking forward to it. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think they got me with a blockbuster in the first trailer.
Yeah,
I like the
that was a great
nostalgia.
scene.
They're really building off my nostalgia, and I'm like, it'll be cool to see what they do with that, that era. It's a period piece, after all.
From everything I've seen, I think that it might be going into it. It's my least.
Excited.
That has the potential to be the worst of Phase 3, but I hope that I'm wrong, and they've proven me wrong time and time again.
I mean, here's the problem, right? Is that we saw this very close to another Super Bowl spot.
Sure.
And I'm sure we're going to talk about that one
It's
next.
up next.
And that Super Bowl spot almost made me fucking cry. It made me want to get out of my fucking seat and like fight someone. And I'm like, that's the kind of emotion that
Good,
shit evokes.
good.
This didn't evoke anything. This made me want to get up and get another Diet Coke in the
Well,
fridge.
just there's the line that she says higher, further, and faster. She says it
Again, I hate
so monotone, and like she's not like she doesn't care.
That's a perfect example
Yeah.
of what I'm saying, though. She says it in context to somebody in a scene,
Right.
and I think it's not
They
monotone.
shouldn't have used
it
that,
makes
yeah.
sense, and then they
it's
take
like-
that cut of it higher, further, faster.
Faster.
Like, stop.
First
But
off,
they
it should be
should've-
higher, faster, further. Second off, if you're gonna make a scene that looks like Top Gun, you better have that swagger in it, and they don't have
Dude,
that.
they're gonna have the story.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I
They
think this
are.
movie, in context, is gonna have all that stuff.
know, we'll see.
It's just these
there
bits.
is a scene where she's like taking her helmet off and walking to her friend, and you can see that swagger. There's hints of it,
We'll see.
but it's just too short. And I think you might be right.
My hope is that yes, the pessimistic side of me is just going to see a giant paycheck over Brie Larson's face the entire time. But we'll see.
I don't know. Like, yeah, your take on Brie in this is weird to me.
I think she's just super flat. I just think there's just nothing there. I mean, again, everything's relative, right?
it's a month away.
You're coming
Exactly
off
a month
of like some of the most charismatic people ever to play these characters. You know, you got Robert Downey Jr., who's like, that guy could just be fucking reading the goddamn dictionary on screen, and I would laugh and have fun with it. You got Paul Rudd, but we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. Not everything needs to be funny, though. That's the.
Yeah,
It
it's true.
does need to
Takeaway.
be entertaining, though.
Yes, it does.
And the trailers so far have not been entertaining.
I agree with that.
That's unfortunate.
Last trailer that we watched
This-
is Avengers
This
Endgame.
was made the 2.5 hours I watched Tom Brady barely pull the Super Bowl out worth it for me. And then unfortunately, they showed this in the first quarter. This is like the first big spot they showed.
This made the 10 minutes that I watched this trailer on repeat totally fucking worth it. Thank God I didn't watch the Super Bowl. Jesus Christ, what a 30 seconds.
What is it? So it's only got like 3 lines of dialogue in the entire thing, right?
They're so
and
good.
it's all Chris Evans, and it's all said in just the perfect line delivery. Again, perfectly just like. Well, we're not going to talk about the Captain Marvel trailer anymore. But what is it? He says some people can. What's that? No,
some people move on.
Some people move on, not us. And then he says it again as he's tightening the fucking shield around his arm.
The one thing I wish they didn't show.
Why?
I don't like.
Because the
I feel
shield's
like,
back.
Yeah.
So
it's
what?
like.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would have been a super cool moment to not see. They've done such a good job of not showing shit.
It was such a good moment in the trailer.
Dude,
That movie, the trailer had enough good moments. It didn't need that.
That moment,
I think that was the
with
strongest
that line
moment.
delivery.
Yeah.
Like, and it just cuts, and they're all just like, you see fucking Nebula and RDJ just like fucking making shit.
Hell yeah.
You see Rocket walking in. You see that great lineup of whoever's left just going to fucking like, we're going to war. We're going back to battle.
Interesting spacing between them.
Was that why I was
Definitely motherfuckers getting CG'd out.
You think so?
The scene where they're walking in Avengers headquarters and
It's
the
like a
scene
weird
where they
space.
walk outside and they're on the grass like looking up. There's like, why is War Machine all the way over there?
Oh, you think they took him out?
Definitely. I imagine it's Hulk or
Captain Marvel.
yeah,
Maybe
like,
Captain
there's
Marvel.
a ton of people it could be.
That's fair.
But
Where do we go now that they're gone?
it's so good, man.
Oh man,
It's so good. And that's the thing is, I'm so happy they're going the leftover route of the world is in shambles. Like, people are gone and we're dealing with the repercussions of that. This isn't just a superhero movie.
Yeah.
So cool. I want to see a lot of that. I hope they really dive into it. I love seeing them at a support group. It's like they're handling this so far so well. No action scenes. We haven't seen a single action scene in
need it.
Endgame
It's
Great,
yet.
yeah.
Don't need it.
So
It's
good.
going to have great action scenes.
Yep.
We know that.
I know.
But like,
they could have just showed this. This could have been the only thing they showed. I would be jacked. 100%. I'm 100% in on this movie.
yeah. I can't wait for this movie.
Don't show any more. Fuck. I want
I
to see
mean,
more.
honestly, at this point, like, we have to stop watching trailers, right? Like, it's
When's
just.
it coming out?
Although they did a
April?
good job with
2 months.
Infinity War. They did a great job in Infinity War having a bunch of fake scenes that they didn't use in the movies. Mm-hmm. Really cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think this is different. I love how little we've seen, and I hope that they continue doing that. But again, I do feel like we finally crossed the line of, in my opinion, they're going too far. Showing the shield, I'm like, we didn't need to see that, and that is a spoiler. That is a moment.
Yeah.
You know, anything else we've
Everything
seen.
in a trailer is a spoiler if you're going to break
No,
it
I
down
know,
to
but
that.
they're not moments though. There wasn't any moments in these trailers, the
Sure.
2 trailers so far that are like, oh,
I mean,
that
spoilers.
was.
That
Yeah.
Captain America's shield is not going to do a whole lot against the fucking Infinity Gauntlet, but it's cool that he has it back.
I also don't think that that's the reveal of the trailer of the shield. I think there's going to be a better moment
Yeah, he's gotta
where
get
he
it
goes
back.
and gets it.
Didn't it fall into the Potomac or something like that?
Well, that's the old shield.
This is
It
the new
broke.
shield?
He broke
Yeah,
it on
broke it in.
This
Tony's.
is the OG one. Because he's strapping it in.
Oh,
Since Age of Ultron, he's been using one with like
Magnets.
Tony Stark magnet shit.
Yeah. God, I can't wait.
Yeah, man.
Some really, really solid trailers that came out. So now it's time for this week's blockbuster topic. What are you laughing? Avengers Endgame. 3-hour runtime. Testing.
Yep.
Great.
Do it. Give me
love it.
4 hours. I don't care.
Give me as long
Put
as
an
it needs to
intermission
be.
or just a bucket in front of me.
Well,
I'll pee
so
into it.
my question is, like, there's a lot of
I'll eat the
rumors coming
popcorn
out
first,
right
then
now.
pee into the bucket.
There's a lot of rumors that are coming out. Jesus Christ, Nick, that's horrible. There's a lot of rumors coming around. Right now, they're talking about testing an intermission, which I don't like.
I don't believe it. I was talking about this yesterday. I feel like this is a perfect example of websites sensationalizing headlines and like, okay, cool. There is a legitimate thing of a 3-hour runtime being tested, and now people are like, oh, like that, should they do an intermission? And then they write a headline that's like, maybe they're going to do an intermission. I'm like, I don't fucking believe you. I don't believe you at all.
Yeah.
The reason for that, Barrett's bringing up the Hateful Eight, which was 3 hours and 7 minutes, which
And they did have an
intermission. Big difference between Hateful Eight and Avengers. Hateful Eight had no chance of being the highest grossing movie of all time. Endgame does. Disney's not going to limit the amount of run times it can do in a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Also, there is something to be said for too much of a good thing. Like,
You think You think so? Because I feel like there's a lot of story that they're gonna want to tell, and if they want to do it for 3 hours, I'm gonna sit down for 3 hours.
It's
3 hours
just
is not-
15 minutes
that's the
longer
thing.
than Infinity War.
It's not that much more.
Yeah.
And Infinity War, I thought, was perfectly paced. So they can totally take it up a notch. And this is the end. This is the end of the story so far that we've had. There's so much questions that need to be answered. There's so many new things that need to be introduced.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they can do it. I know that they're going to choose the right runtime. Like I highly doubt that there's going to be big chunks of this movie that we're like, could have done without that. You know, Infinity War, I feel like the least interesting stuff was Thor and Rocket going off. And even then, that was
Still cool.
That was still
cool.
cool.
That was fucking awesome.
Worth having.
Yeah.
When he opens the
Only
iris.
if I die, that's the same. That's what we're talking about. The same thing. You tell you what you do. You could have an extra hour of Chris Hemsworth and Rocket. I'll fucking watch it. I don't care.
Yeah, but like I do feel like that's the stuff that slowed things down a lot. Like I feel like there was
But
a lot.
I don't think
of,
it slowed it down enough to make
Me
it
neither.
like not feel paced
neither.
well.
I assumed during that time they were like, cool, we're just going to lead up to him coming back in and wrecking shop to Immigrant Song, and they did not do that, and that was the one
bullshit.
flaw.
That was
movie.
a
bullshit.
mistake. It was
huge
really
flaw in that
sad.
film. Huge flaw. Big missed opportunity, as they used to say at IGN. Missed opportunity.
How many pee breaks are you gonna have to take?
Oh, in a 3-hour movie?
Yeah.
Conservatively, at least 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I have to do for this one is I have to practice, and I have to
Just
dehydrate
don't,
for
just
2
don't
days
get the
straight.
Diet Coke. I love it. Just don't get it.
I'm gonna
Just get a
I'm
small,
gonna get a
Nick.
bucket of
Every
Diet
time
Coke.
you get up when we're in a movie, it's like always the worst time.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Why?
there's
You
something
just,
about it.
You
You always
pick
wait
moments
until
where it's like,
convenient time plot wise.
I
No, what
can't
I do, what I
remember
wait
when
is
you
I
last-
wait for a big action sequence to be done. And then it always, spoilers, Marvel movies, it's like big action sequence, B plot character development, A plot character development, action sequence, you know, so I just wait for the B plot shit that I don't give a shit about. Like, oh, we're going off to make a fucking dumb tree with a stone on it. Cool, I don't need that shit.
dumb tree with a stone
The
on
fucking
it. Yeah, no, I got
Thunderbringer,
it.
whatever it is, Lightning Breaker, Stormbreaker.
Stormbringer.
I think I got to it eventually. Which is dumb. It's not as cool as fucking Mjolnir. It's just not.
I mean, it is. It's way cooler. It makes
not-
bridges.
It's not cool.
I cannot wait for this.
dumb.
I think that they're gonna choose the right runtime. I would literally watch a 5-hour movie of this. The Russo brothers are amazing. This is the end of not only the MCU so far, it is the end of their quadrilogy at this point. And we're gonna see fucking, what was it, Barf? Narf?
Barf?
Barf? Barf. It's Barf. The thing that they introduced in Civil War, that Robert Downey Jr., like, when he looked young and he was like seeing his parents or whatever the fuck, like that technology. Why'd they introduce that in Civil War if not to bring it back?
No,
for this?
it was to like
I just think it was to
have
introduce the
him
parents'
show
characters.
that moment with his parents.
That was an awesome moment.
Guarantee
Why you
it's in
hating
this
it?
movie.
Why you
Guarantee
hating it?
it's in. I'm not hating it. It's guarantee it's in this movie.
Yeah?
And it's like
Hating ass hater.
everything that they've done so far. Like they have a plan. Like there's a story being told within their movies, and it's gonna be great.
God, I'm so excited.
Mocha Shones in the chat says, he says, Stormbringer summons the Bifrost. How is that dumb? Because
He's right.
Mjolnir had a fucking cooler handle. That's all I'm basing it off of. I don't like that it's like a tree handle. I feel
Mueller
like
had
it
a
broke.
little,
It had a
it
cool
was-
strap on it. You can spin it around.
but he
How's
doesn't.
he flying now?
But he doesn't need
How's
to
he flying
fly.
now?
He just goes and teleports.
How's he flying now?
Is
though?
there anything
Breaker's
cooler
an
than
axe,
teleporting,
though.
Nick?
No.
They should have shown him getting Mjolnir back in the trailer.
Do you think he's gonna get Mew back?
No, he's trying to say that the end game. It's not the same.
Maybe it's
It is the
maybe
same.
it's a new
It's
shield.
not the same.
Maybe it's the shield he used when he was on stage in World War II. That's actually just made of
The
aluminum,
decorative shield.
and he's just strapping it on
That
so he
one
can take a
was like-
picture.
Because
It's one of the
honestly,
weird shaped
aluminum
ones.
versus the Infinity Gauntlet, it's the same thing
Same
as
thing as
any
steel
other metal.
or vibranium.
Mm-hmm.
You're a hating ass hater.
I'm not. It's got good taste.
All right. For the bronze tier people, is 3 hours too long? How long is too long? Like, would you want it shorter?
Anything
Should
longer
just-
than 5.5. Too long.
would you want
in
it
my
shorter? At
opinion.
what point should they just cut it and make 2 movies?
How
Part
long
one and
was
part two?
Titanic?
I think it was 3 hours, wasn't it?
So yeah, let me know in the bronze tier if you're totally down to just watch a 3 hour movie and be cool about it. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Titanic.
So
Did
Titanic's
that have
one
an
of those.
intermission?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Titanic's one of those
Only
movies
in
that
home
could have
video.
been. You could have shaved a good 45 minutes off that movie.
True.
It would have been okay.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Very much okay. He's dying on that fucking plank for like 20 minutes too long.
I don't
Let
think
him
that's
just go.
true.
She should've
That
just been
part's
like
pretty
this.
quick.
She should have been like this. Jack. Okay. Shh. Just dunk his head. Dunk his head a little bit. Get his
Jesus.
eyeballs a little cold. I can't see anymore. My eyeballs are frozen. Shh. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Get off that fucking thing. That's what I would have said. Share it. We can both live.
It's horrible, Nick. All right, so out this week on streaming platforms, not a lot. Last week we had quite a bit. Right now I'm just seeing Hulu has Legion Complete Season 2, which people seem to really like and always
people
recommend.
really do like that.
Yeah.
I always say I might watch that actually.
They just announced that Season 3 is going to have Professor X in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's
Apparently, it's the
interesting.
last season. From
Yes,
what
it is
I've seen
also
from
the last
Who's
season.
playing Professor X?
It's someone cool,
Yeah.
but I can't remember who.
I'll look it up right
Barrett?
now.
And then that's pretty much it on streaming services. A couple movies out that we want to talk about. Actually, these are all the movies that are coming out to theater this week. Cold Pursuit. Tim, you see any trailers for this?
Cold Pursuit? No.
Yeah, me neither. Lego Movie 2, the second part, which Barrett saw and said it was garbage.
That's not right.
Yeah, it's not
at
true.
all.
I just was
Oh,
like,
what'd you say?
No, it was really fun and it was really cute.
No, he liked it.
And was
Is it as good as the first one?
I would say it's. We rewatched the first one a couple of days ago because we hadn't seen it since it was in theaters, and the first one was not as funny as I remember it being. I feel like this one had more like consistent laughs coming out of me.
Interesting.
So,
Interesting.
when they get really meta in this one,
Cool.
in different types of layers, and that's when it's at its best. And they do it a lot. So
Good, because that's what I liked most from the first one.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
There's no way it's going to beat Lego Batman.
Lego Batman, one of the best Batman movies.
One of the best Batman movies ever made. Stand by it.
I fell asleep through Lego Batman.
You fall asleep
so.
during
It's not true.
everything.
That's not true at all.
When was the last time you?
I fall
when's the last time
asleep.
you read more than 5 pages in a book without falling asleep?
All right, you know that's my weakness, you son of a...
It's funny that you always bring up you falling asleep at Lego Batman as like you saying you don't like it.
It was like I found it
You did
boring.
not fall
I
asleep
find-
because of that
Hilarious.
movie. You fell asleep because you were tired.
No, I fell asleep because that movie. I swear.
sleepy
There's no
pee-pee.
way.
The
There's no
first
way.
10 minutes did not grab my attention.
so good.
And Greg was in a similar, like, also
Greg
didn't
has
like
shit
it.
tasted movies.
All
You
right.
don't have shit
Greg
tasted
doesn't like
Yeah.
movies. Straight up.
Yeah.
I just
If it's
could
not
not.
something he can interact with, he doesn't like it.
I could not get into that movie.
Greg's like a kid
then I
trying to
woke
figure
up
out
and it
how
was
a fucking
over,
magazine
so.
works.
Another movie that's coming out this week is The Prodigy, which looks terrifying. Have you seen this? You haven't seen the trailers for this?
Prodigy?
It's about a little kid that
Oh,
is
I have.
a prodigy,
Yeah.
but also seems to be a murderer.
Yeah.
Seems to be a murderer.
That's I just
yeah.
typed in The Prodigy. That is a musical group. I remember them. Let's type in
Yeah.
movie
Yeah,
after
they're
that.
great. Another movie that Nick might be into is What Men Want. Reviews not great for What Men Want.
Damn.
real bad.
This is
trailer looks
Taraji
so
P. Henson.
good.
Yeah.
The trailer. Honestly, I watched the trailer and I was like, you know what?
It's kind of funny.
It has a little humor to it that
I'm
I
out.
could. Yeah.
I'm out. I saw that trailer way too many times. I'm like, mm-mm.
It's definitely a movie that will probably cross paths with me, and I will probably end
Yeah.
up very much enjoying. Very much enjoying.
And then 4 more movies out. Chokehold, which I have seen nothing about.
No idea what that is.
Everybody knows. Again,
I don't know.
no. Under the Eiffel Tower, which I watched the trailer for. Does not look good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then Peppa Pig celebrates Chinese New Year.
Yeah, let's go.
In theaters?
In theaters.
Hey, shout out to my girl Peppa,
Yeah.
dude. Let's go.
What's wrong with her face?
That's
Why does she look like a Monet?
nope, not a
weird.
Monet. Not a Monet.
Picasso? Who was the one that put the
Yeah,
eyeballs in
Picasso
the
would be
same point?
closer.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, and then let's go over some of the save DCs from the bronze tier last week. Ignacio Rojas says, how I would save the DCU? I wouldn't. I'd nuke it. It's already a bad foundation. I would just start it over and go full MCU. Start with the standalone and build them up. I hate agreeing with Ignacio, but he's right. That's what I would do too.
Just the worst.
Austin T says, my pitch for the DC, cast Caleb McLaughlin, the kid from Stranger Things, as Virgil in a Static Shock movie. I get behind that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was all he
That's how
said.
you would save
That's
it.
not probably going to
That's
save.
how we would save it,
That's
yeah.
probably not going to save the DC universe. More it'd probably likely be one of the first movies DC to tank. But okay, cool.
Jason Hales, who wrote a great synopsis of what his story would be, which it's just too long to read here, unfortunately. But he did give me a pitch for like his casting. So it would be DC, Batman Beyond. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Casting Bruce Wayne as Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Done.
Brilliant. Nightwing, Dick Grayson, Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Whoa, that's
Oh,
strong.
It's
shit.
too old though.
No,
he's not.
No, but it's perfect
for
because
Beyond,
it's in the
yeah, I
future.
guess
Yeah.
that works. That's true.
Batman, Terry McGinnis, Danny Shepard.
Yeah.
It's good, right? It's good. Damon Wayans, Stephen R. McQueen, who not an actor I know, but when you Google him, you look at him and you're like, oh yeah, that could be an older Damon Wayans. Damon Wayans.
Oh, I was like, wait, you're casting Damon Wayans in Batman Beyond?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Damien.
Damon.
Right?
Yeah, it's Damien.
It's
Damon?
Damien.
Isn't it Damon? Well,
It's
he's got Damon in it. Damien, yeah.
Damien.
Damon
Yeah.
Wayans.
Damon Wayans is that's Sergeant. No, what was it? Fucking
Sergeant Payne.
Major Payne.
Major Payne.
Major Payne.
All right, Tim
If he's in
Drake.
there, he ain't happy.
Tim Drake, Paul Weasley.
Wesley.
Wesley, sorry, thank you.
Great.
I don't know who that
fucking
is,
movie.
though. Let me see him.
There's a monster in my
I'm looking
closet.
at it.
If he's still in there, he ain't happy.
Save the drama for your
another-
mama. And push.
Another great one. Jason Todd, Stephen Yeun.
Yeah.
And then Derek Powers, Andrew Lincoln. Derek Powers is the bad guy that like takes over or tries to take Wayne's Industries.
Okay.
This is I really like this
Yeah,
casting.
good for
and your story was
you.
great. Thank you so much for submitting it. I'm sorry that we don't have time to read the nearly 2 pages you wrote. But it was good. No, it was like a page. Just breathing a little bit, Gotta get some air in there.
Is that
Thank
it?
you.
Is that the show?
That's it. That's the show. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Screencast.
Riveting episode.
We had some fun.
Yeah, it was some ups, some downs. Really
laughed,
just captured
we
the
cried.
full emotional spectrum.
And go to the movies. See something good. We don't really have an ending, but they always say the same thing.
See you at the movies.
There it is. We can't use
Pee
that.
into
We
a
gotta
bucket of
stop.
popcorn.
I see how it's just